Everybody take a picture. Well, then I'm gonna screen grab. Are you for real right now? Grab your girls, grab a drink. Let's all watch Tipsy Book Club. All right, cheers, ladies.
Cheers. To keeping our memories or losing them? I don't know.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Tipsy Book Club. I am Raylene.
I'm Dallas.
I'm Bianca.
And today we are reviewing 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray.
And this time we have all the same book covers.
Yay!
We match.
Except mine is a little bit.
And mine is really clean.
And then yours has a laminate and ours doesn't. Mine's really dirty. Look at that. It's not even white anymore.
With your books.
You know what?
You need to have some respect.
1,000 Pieces of You. We wouldn't have chosen this book if it wasn't for the lovely Olivia, and we're gonna link her channel below. This is actually a collab video where she asked us to review this book with her, so we're gonna give you guys our take on it, and I believe this will be a channel takeover, so you might see this video on her channel. Otherwise, you'll see bits and pieces of our review mixed up with hers. So check out her. She's super cute. She's got a bunch of other reviews too, if you like book reviews.
Liv's Bookshelf.
At Liv's Bookshelf. There you go. Okay, so what should we say about 1,000 Pieces of You?
Should we start?
Initial impressions. Were you guys like iffy about starting this book? I know it's not we don't usually read books that don't have movies or TV shows because we like to compare and contrast. So this was the first time we read something that didn't have a visual.
A film adaptation.
Could you see this turning into a movie at some point?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it'd be pretty expensive.
Maybe a Netflix movie.
Yeah, because it'd be so many different sets.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of different
Yeah,
sets.
that's true.
Where do they go? First, like she
They're
goes
in London.
to
London.
Well, they're in California, and
she
then
goes
she
to
goes
a
to
very
London.
like technologically advanced London, right?
Yeah.
So they would need to do that, and then what else?
And she's
a
from
little
California,
Russia.
right?
She's from California. She's a Cali girl like us.
Woo woo, Cali, Cali.
Marguerite.
On you girls.
You're unforgettable. Yeah.
All that.
She goes to Russia. She goes to
Russia.
the Winter Palace, somewhere I've always wanted to go. So that was awesome.
I think my favorite dimension was definitely the Russian one.
That's
Yeah.
for different reasons, though. Not just because you like the dimension.
No, because I liked it, but like...
Because you liked Paul.
Because I liked Paul.
I was also predisposed to that
Yeah.
part of the book. Also because it was a larger part of the book than it was like the other part. Like
Because they were
spent
stuck there for a long time.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
spent the most time there
It's true.
because
The
her Firebird broke.
was broken.
Yeah, and I think I was probably like I like that one too because I'm a fan of timepieces. So like they were like in sort like it was this year, but
It was like
the
they were not as
technology
technologically as
exactly.
advanced.
So that was cool.
That was cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I did like the Russia jump, I guess, but I really liked just the first jump because I think that was where everything was sort of like starting to be experienced, and so even as a reader, that's the first time you get to get a concept of what's really going on and what's happening, and like when she first discovers that she has an accent, you know, like I don't.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about that. So yeah, even as a reader, you know, I was telling them when you read the book, she's speaking, you know, well, I don't want to say normal, but she's speaking, you know, with a U.S. accent or whatever, a California accent. And then she jumps into London, and then all of a sudden the way the words are written is different. Like it's like mum instead of mom, and like just little things. And so when it first did that, the first time she spoke in that universe, I had to read it twice because I was like, wait, why does she sound different? Like what happened? And then it even says it like a couple sentences later. It's like, oh my god, I have an accent. So I thought that was kind of cool. Like you got to see like the different discoveries. And
Let's talk about Theo and Paul.
let's talk about Paul. I don't want to talk about Theo.
And the love triangle, even though it wasn't really a triangle, because
Speaking
Marguerite
of-
kind of preferred Paul after the Russia experience.
But she preferred Theo in the beginning.
She did. I think she was like half and half in the beginning, and then the whole Russia thing happened, and she just kind of like, okay, Paul all the way, right?
Speaking of Theo,
I mean,
in case
two
you didn't
super
notice.
hot physicists in love with her, like...
Well, yeah.
Beauty and brains.
Well, they're bronze.
And bronze.
Bronze
beauty.
brain and beauty. Oh my gosh. We're drinking, what is this? The Night Thief
This is the
injectable
Night Thief.
cocktail.
It's basically an injectable Midori sour, which is very delicious. It's my favorite one that we've made, actually. I think it's like fun and delicious.
Yes, because there has an injectable, and I've been sitting here like doing this for like days. Where's my uncle? Like, no.
And when I first read that part where Theo's like injecting himself in the restroom with this green liquid, I just thought like this is some kind of weird future drug that's being depicted in this part. But then you later on find out that this was that concoction made by that corporation in order to allow him to remember who he is throughout the dimensions. So let's talk about the love triangle and the romance, because overall,
Right. Paul or Theo?
Well, now that I know, Paul.
You.
Paul.
Paul. All right.
I was Team Theo the whole time until I found out the ending. And
She likes train wrecks.
I was not Theo at all. I was always hoping Paul was not the bad guy.
You always were hoping what?
Paul was not the bad guy.
But
Well, it's harder to because she grew up with these guys, right? So that she didn't like quite see them that way at first.
yeah, because I mean they've been her parents' students for so long and everything. And they've just been around. But yeah, no, I kind of liked that Theo was a little bit on the stoic side and just really nerdy.
He was a
and,
bad boy though.
See, that's it. That is my total weakness. That is my type. I love the bad boy with a heart of gold. And was that not Theo? Like, even though he ended up being the bad guy, douche, he still had a heart of gold. And, like, that's, like, my weakness. So, like, Paul, obviously, everybody loves Paul. And, like, how can you not?
He was so perfect.
Right?
And, like, he saved her from that train incident.
I
With
know. But I don't know. I
Remember
just have
that
that, I
in
have
Russia?
that sad spot for
Oh,
as
you know
Rayla
what?
so eloquently put it, train wrecks.
I want to talk about that one scene. Like, how do you feel about the fact that she decided to sleep with Paul
When she wasn't
in
really
Russia when it wasn't really
the
her-
ethics of dimensional travel.
Like, even though it wasn't really her Paul.
I feel like she made a decision that wasn't hers to make.
And she didn't even get to choose.
Exactly.
I think maybe had she not been a virgin, like it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Yeah, but even that Paul was like, he felt a little bit betrayed, and he was kind of a little more distant from her.
Even his last words were every Marguerite. Like, but that's the point of this book too. Is kind of like that play on fate and like.
And that's where you just said it right now. You answered your own question. She asked earlier, "Why do you think it's called 1,000 Pieces of You?" And I was like, "Cause it's all you." And so like when he says every Marguerite, like he loves every version of her. It doesn't matter what it is.
That line.
But so it's like 1,000 pieces of you. Like essentially, every single person or every dimension that she jumps into, she finds a different version of herself. It's a different piece of her. But at the end, she's still that artist in the family of physicists. That's just who she is.
How about when the dad, you find out the dad's dead the first time?
Or when you find out the dad's not dead?
Ugh.
Okay,
Yes.
so like I want to know, why did this fool freaking fake his death? I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay. And like,
No, he didn't do it. He didn't fake it. Someone else faked it. Theo faked the.
so where is
but he-
Dad? Where is my father?
was kept
Again,
in
I
the
haven't
lab.
read the last two, like
No, he
2 or 3
took him
chapters.
to a dimension, the water dimension,
And left
and
him
he
there
left
without
him there
memory.
without the Firebird, so he lost his memory.
Oh, somebody go find him.
Well,
She
Marguerite
did.
found him. She
brought
I
him
haven't
back.
seen the last couple. Read the couple of
And then
endless
she left Theo
chapters.
to die in a submarine.
and Paul went back to save
Paul
him.
went back to save him because he's such a good guy.
Yes.
Oh.
This is what happens when you don't keep up with your book club.
I know you get
That's
schooled.
what
You get schooled and they look down on you like you peasant.
And this is something that will happen if you ever have a book club. This is just things that happen. Not everyone's gonna finish at the same time.
And not everyone's gonna enjoy the book and want to finish.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. And I do enjoy this book. I just work's been crazy.
So I guess what was like the best thing about this book that you guys liked?
The romance. I think it was a romance more than anything else, whether it be sci-fi, fantasy,
Definitely.
whatever. I mean, I think the first 2 weeks I got through half of it and I was like, this is okay, and then it got like really romantic and I was like, okay, let's just finish this all in one night, and I didn't sleep all night. So it was fun, and I recommend it if you like romance and if you like interdimensional travel. This was really cool. I don't know if I'll read the others. What do you guys think?
Well, I have to see how it all ends up after I read the last few chapters.
How you feel?
how I
You have a
feel.
book hangover?
Yeah, because I mean that's legit. And so if I honestly feel like okay, I need to continue this, then I probably will, because I have like serious like separation anxiety. It's bad. Again, like I said, I do read a lot of young adult books because I like to read just for fun, for funsies, you know, and they're usually just fun, you know. I love the whole teen angstiness of it, of just being so incredibly like caught up in the moment, and like it's been a long time since this lady's just been caught up in a moment, because like I got a plan, I got things to do, I got bills to pay, like, you know. So I love me a good YA book just because they're fun.
So if you're a young hot physicist,
Or if you're just young and hot. What did you think, Bianca?
Me, what did I think? I think that I really liked this book. As soon as it got good, I just didn't put it down for like, it took me 2 days to read this. My favorite part though was like jumping from dimension to dimension, because I didn't know what to expect. And so, I don't know, I thought if that was really me, it would just be like super fun to learn about the world around me that's
And all the
existing
possibilities.
while my real world is existing. Yeah, I would start the second one just to get a little bit more, you know, story on Paul.
She's in it for Paul.
We're in it for the long haul.
But if it wasn't good, I mean, you know, there's a long list of books to read. So I would try to squeeze it in there. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, it was good. All right, thank you guys for watching our review of 1,000 Pieces of You. Thank you, Claudia Gray, for such a great book.
Thank you for following us.
We had a lot of fun reading it.
We had a meltdown when you followed us.
Yeah, like I was like, oh my god, did you see who just followed us? Did you see? Did you see? I was so excited. Thank you. You made my night.
All right, that's it. Make sure you like and subscribe for more reviews, and we'll see you next time.
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Take your nightfall.
Night thief.
That one.
I will take the nightfall.
Say goodbye, silly.